Hello, this is Indigo Owl coming to you live from rainy London in the UK. I am so happy to be back here with you this evening, or at least here in London. It's Wednesday evening. Maybe where you are, it's Wednesday morning, maybe it's already Thursday, depending on where you're coming from. I am so sad to see before I started this video that I made the last video 3 weeks ago, because I really do plan to do these readings, these live readings for you every week, and I have been so busy in my other job. I have been fully booked, and I've not been able to fit in these readings. And what happened today is that I have actually been feeling a bit under the weather and haven't been able to do my usual exercise routine this evening. I had to stay at home and rest and relax, and but I'm now home and able to fit in this reading. So I actually feel that somehow this was meant to be, and I'm so happy that today I am here doing this reading. We're going to be looking at 7 tarot cards, one for each day for the next 7 days, starting from tomorrow. We also have 2 oracle cards for the scene for the week ahead. And then, for the first time ever, we're going to do a pick a card from 3 Romance Angel cards, which I will show you in a minute. We're going to do that at the end, where you can pick 1 card for a special message for you personally. So I'm going to turn around the camera so you can see the cards rather than me. I just wanted to say hello. I'm so happy you're here. And let's see. Okay, so before we get right into the cards, I just wanted to show you this beautiful rose from my very own back garden. It has made me so happy the last couple of days since I brought it in, and it's been giving me hope. And today in particular, when I set up, I was inspired to put this lovely stone that says hope right in front of it, because we have so much reason to be hopeful at this moment in time. I really hope that you feel that, but if you don't, I hope that this reading will help you bring some hope back into your life. And I think I've now said that word enough times. So I'm just going to move. So this is the Romance Angels cards for at the end of today's reading. You're going to be able to pick 1, and I'll explain how that works when we get there. In the meantime, we have an oracle card from the Mary Queen of Angels oracle deck by Doreen Virtue, which is new to me. It's a beautiful gift from a beautiful friend. We also have an oracle card from the Temple of Balance oracle cards, a very beautiful hand-drawn deck by Leanne Peters. I'm going to put those over here for now. And then we have here, and today, as you can see, I have drawn the cards beforehand. We have 7 beautiful tarot cards from the Good Tarot. So we're going to lay those out to start with, and we're going to have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the rest of this week, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So this is going to be 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th of October. Let's make sure all the cards are properly in the picture for you here. Okay, so let's start straight away with the first card, which will be for tomorrow, which is Thursday, the 1st of October. Unbelievably, we are well into autumn now in this hemisphere. And the first card is the 6 of Earth, which is a beautiful card of balance. In a more traditional deck, it would be called the 6 of Pentacles, because these gold coins that are hanging here in this beautiful the stag's antlers are called pentacles traditionally, and look a bit like gold coins for a reason, because the pentacles, or the element of earth, goes with physical, material, practical matters in life. And the Six of Earth is a card of balance. It is a card that says you have been learning to give and receive freely. That means when you need something, you are open to taking it in. And when you have too much, you are open to letting it go. So, Michelle says she can't wait to watch the replay. We've only just started, Michelle. You haven't missed much. It's so lovely to have you here. So this is a card of balance in the material world. It sometimes shows three unlikely people coming together and sharing freely, which is traditionally a king, a beggar, and a nun. So this is a real card of achievement. There is some real understanding here that when you need something, it's important to be open to the universe providing it for you. But also when you have more than you need, it is important to be open to passing it on to somebody who needs it more than you right now. So a lovely card to kick off this weekly guidance for tomorrow, Thursday the 1st. Let's look at Friday, the 2nd of October. And we have the King of Air. So this deck, it continues to surprise me every time. It has such striking images. I have seen some rather grim images of the King of Air, and also the Queen of Air, and some other tarot decks. And in this deck, it doesn't matter which card you draw, even if they are cards that are really about a challenging situation, or maybe a challenging side to yourself. They always have such striking images, and there is always this element of, there is always a positive perspective with this deck. So we have the King of Air coming up for Friday. And the King of Air would be somebody who uses logic rather than letting their heart guide them. Now, that is sometimes a good thing, and sometimes it can be something where we get stuck and are a little bit too rigid. So on Friday, it might be worth paying attention to what the mind is saying and what the heart is saying, and looking at how you can bring the two together and allow them to work in unison. Because ultimately, if we're really honest with ourselves and we're really open to everything that's going on, and all the guidance that's available to us, then in that case, it's always possible for the head and the heart to actually work together. So it might be a challenge on Friday, but it might also be a day where we are really grateful for our mind, for our intellect, because it may come in handy on that day. Let's have a look at Saturday, which will be the 3rd. Now, very interesting, we have another air card. Now, air, or more traditionally swords in tarot, go with thinking and logic. And the 10 of Air, in particular, is a card that often comes when painful situations are coming to an end. In a more traditional deck, it would show a man laying on the ground, literally with 10 swords stuck in his back. And the situation has got so bad that all he can do is leave. And actually, once he gets up and walks away from this situation, he's going somewhere better. So it does look like that on the Friday, our ability to think logically and analyze things as to what is really going on will actually allow us on Saturday to walk away from something that really doesn't belong in our life anymore, so that we can move on to something happier and more positive and more matching our new vibration. Let's have a look at Saturday, which will be the 4th of October. And we have 5 of water. So it does look like some challenging energy will be coming up over the weekend, because the 5 of water is a card that often comes at times where something has been disappointing, or where there is maybe even a feeling of grief. And it would more traditionally show a woman with 5 cups, and 3 of them have been spilled, and she's grieving over what she has lost. But ultimately, once she comes out of that space, once she has expressed and felt those emotions, she will turn back to the 2 cups that are still standing up and realize that actually she still also has a lot left, and she will turn back towards the tree of life. So this is quite a strong theme here, because the 10 of air definitely is telling us to walk away from something. That it tells us about a painful ending, but actually the ending is only painful if we refuse to allow things to end. Because ultimately it's meant to end the pain. The situation has been painful, and it's time for us to move on. It's time for us to also experience these emotions of upset about this ending, but ultimately realizing we're better off without this and moving forward, as I said before, towards something better. Let's have a look at the beginning of next week, which will be Monday the 5th of October. And now we have the 2 of air. We have more air. So there is a lot going on here to do with thinking and logic. And there is some feeling right in the middle. But we certainly have 3 out of 4 cards are air. So there is some balance needed. We have to recover from something. And for some of you, that may mean that something in your thinking will shift so much that you will take control of a situation and walk away from something finally. But for some of you, this may even be to do with a much more internal process of having insights about yourself and walking away from ways of behaving that ultimately are not good for you. That's some kind of, I'm seeing some kind of self-inflicted pain. The 2 of air, or 2 of swords, is often a card called mental tension. It is a card that can come up when we refuse to make a decision, or in this situation, I feel like saying refuse to properly let go of something. So it might be that it will be challenging for us to allow this process to fully complete. But again, I will say what we're moving towards, and the 10 of air is always a sign of that, is that we are now able to move into a much better situation. Let's have a look at Tuesday, the 6th of October. Now, finally, this is what I've been waiting to see. And I love that the 2 and the 8 together make the 10. So it looks like there is going to be some upset, some feelings of upset. And that doesn't mean something bad is going to happen. I feel that for many of you, these feelings are going to be quite old feelings from some time ago that simply need to be let go of. But ultimately, once we are ready to properly make this decision, we will then finally move into this 8 of fire energy on Tuesday. Now, this is the first fire. We've got earth, lots of air, some water, more air, and finally fire. So now we have all 4 suits on the table. The 8 of fire is a card that says if a situation has been stuck, it will finally move forward by itself. And on this occasion, I will feel like saying as if by magic. It is a card that speaks of harmony coming back into your life and a peaceful time coming back into your life. So whatever this is that you need to shift, mostly in thinking but also in feeling, is going to lead to a situation finally moving forward. Let's look at the last card for this particular week's guidance, which will be for Wednesday, the 7th of October. We are now well into the star sign of Libra, which is all about balance as well. Let's have a look. And we have the ultimate reward, the Ace of Water. So if at any point you are finding this particular period challenging, when you're having to let go of old feelings, old relationships, old situations that no longer fit into your life, that have caused you hurt and disappointment and even grief, the ultimate new beginning in the area of emotions and relationships has arrived. For Wednesday, the 7th of October, the Ace of Water. Aces in tarot speak of completely new beginnings and new relationships in particular, or certainly getting something we feel really, really emotional about, something we really, really want in our lives. The Ace of Water is one of the most beautiful cards you can get, one of the most beautiful messages you can get in a tarot. And in this beautiful deck, it has a seahorse, which I love so much. So it's definitely an amazing progression. And as I said before, if going through these motions is uncomfortable, it will be well worth it. A situation that has been stuck for a long time will finally move forward, and you will get this amazing new beginning in the area of emotions and relationships. So let's now have a look at the first oracle card that comes as a theme for this week ahead. And we have the Catcher of Dreams. And it says, your dreams are very important right now. Allow time and take steps to bring your dreams into reality. You are guided along the way. Well, I feel like putting that right next to this new beginning here. I wonder if it was better on the other side. I just feel like it matches this Ace of Water. So what a lovely confirmation, and what a lovely extra layer that this oracle card has given us by saying that and not only is it time to bring our dreams into reality, but also that paying attention to our dreams at this time can be important and helpful. So that's going to support us going through this process of moving on some old stuck energy. And the other oracle card is from the Queen Mary of Angels oracle deck. Let's have a look what the other theme card is. And we have optimism. Well, I expect good things to happen, and they do. So what a great reminder of the law of attraction. We attract what we expect. And on this occasion, it might be particularly helpful to remind ourselves, especially if we're coming to this ending, if some upset emotions are coming up, if we are finding it challenging to make a proper decision to let go, it's good to remember to be optimistic. And the affirmation is beautiful. It's so simple. I expect good things to happen, and they do. So be it, and so it is. So these were the two theme cards to go with this reading. Now, as I have promised, today we're going to finish up with pick a card from the Romance Angel Oracle deck, also by Doreen Virtue. So as you can see here, we have three cards. This is number 1 with the rose quartz, number 2 with the blue aquamarine, and number 3 with what looks like a pirate. It's actually a marcasite, which is related to a pirate, of course. So 3 beautiful crystals on 3 beautiful cards. We have number 1, number 2, number 3. So if you take a moment now to pick one or more of those cards to get a specific message for you from the Romance Angels. And I'm going to turn them over one by one and tell you what you got. So obviously, I hope you've picked by now. We're going to start with number 1 with the beautiful rose quartz. And card number 1 is, it says honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Now, who wouldn't like to go on a lovely honeymoon in what very much looks like Venice, because that happy couple is in a gondola. And as you can see, the gondolier is actually an angel. He's got wings on. Who would not like to go on a lovely honeymoon in a gondola in Venice with an angel as a gondolier? I bet he sings, or she sings heavenly as well. So it says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So this very much is a message that's saying maybe a honeymoon is in the cards for you. Maybe your relationship is ascending to the next level. It may also say for some of you that a relationship that's about to start or has recently started has the potential to reach all the way to a beautiful honeymoon at some point. And it may also be for you a message saying it would be a great idea to have a holiday together and get away from everybody and everything and have some time just for the two of you. So this is card number 1. Let's next have a look at card number 2, is this beautiful blue aquamarine. So if you chose card number 2, this is your message. You have loved yourself first, and it says your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I feel like adding something to that. I feel like saying your self-respect makes you romantically more open, because it is only when we respect ourselves and love ourselves first do we actually attract the right partner. Or even if we're already in a relationship, we're then more open to the partner we already have and are then more able to experience and share love with them. So there is something about loving yourself and respecting yourself that's actually really important, not only in attracting the right relationship, but also being able to fully engage in and enjoy the right relationship. So card number 2, if this was your choice, this is your message. We have one more card with this lovely marker side. So if you chose card number 3, here's your message. Keep an open mind. It says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Now, maybe when you hear this message, this sounds a little bit challenging. Maybe you would like somebody that matches your usual type because that is familiar. However, if you are looking for a new partner, or you are in between relationships, maybe previous relationships haven't worked out quite in the way you had hoped because your usual type is not actually quite right for you. Maybe your usual expectations are not actually useful in finding this long-term soulmate that actually becomes a more fulfilling and more lasting relationship. So certainly your message is keep an open mind. Trust that as you are evolving through life, you become better and better at attracting what actually makes you happy. And trust that your angels and guides and spirit is manifesting your prayers, and focus on the actual outcome you want rather than the exact packaging of the outcome or the exact way in which it can come to you. So if you pick card number 3, this is your message. So what an amazing, beautiful reading. I really, really hope this reading resonates with you. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. I certainly have. I am so grateful for any of you watching, whether you're watching live or watching the replay. Thank you so much for joining me for this lovely guidance. I hope you have an amazing week ahead. I really will try and come to you with live readings every week, but if I don't manage, please trust that I have other things that I need to pay attention to, as well as I need to pay attention to my own energy levels and my own time. And I will leave you with this lovely guidance, and I will see you again soon. Thank you so much, and namaste.